On Wednesday, November 12, 2008, Lieutenant Governor Pat Quinn addressed students and educators at the K-16 Service Learning Conference at the Holiday Inn Select Hotel and Convention Center in Tinley Park, Illinois.
We all believe in learning, and we also believe in serving. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that everybody can be great because everyone can serve. And I think service is really the heart and soul of being a good citizen and being a good person. And it's important, I think, to bring in that concept of service, that ethic of service in everything we do in life. And especially as we go through school, whether it's elementary school or high school or college, whatever the case might be, we want to look for ways that we can help serve our community and serve our neighbor. Matter of fact, there's an expression that service to others is the rent we pay for our place on God's earth. And we all want to pay our rent. So I really, really feel very strongly about our service learning initiative, and very happy so many people could join us today. And I know you have a very exciting agenda. Hopefully we all learn from that agenda and learn about different ways that different schools are sort of practicing service learning. I really got involved in this half dozen years ago or so when I met some people. Actually, they were the grandchildren of Cesar Chavez, who was a great American, passed away maybe about 15 years ago, Cesar Chavez. He was a labor leader. He was a leader of the Hispanic community. He was a veteran. But more than anything, he believed in organizing everyday people into important causes. And in the course of his life, he always practiced service, and after he passed away, his family decided to start a foundation, and it's called the Cesar Chavez Service Learning Foundation. And I visited with his grandchildren, and they told us about the good things they're doing in California and some other states, and then we learned more about what Illinois was doing at the time and what it could do. And I got involved in that as Lieutenant Governor. Our partners are the Illinois State Board of Education, and as you know, we get a modest amount of money from the federal government to work with school districts across Illinois on service learning projects. And that's why we're here today, to learn from each other, learn about ideas that work, and how to expand the service learning program in our state. We have, I think, over 52,000 young men and women who are participating in this program. We have lots and lots of school districts, but we are going to be approaching next year a new grant cycle, so we want to definitely be on our toes and learn how we can expand this program as far as possible in Illinois. I was saying at our table before we began here that I hope we can get more resources for service learning in Illinois, because I think people learn when they really do things, when they work cooperatively with others. They retain that knowledge, and that's important. It's important to do a lot of things in school, but you want to remember what your basic lessons are. And I think the whole concept of service learning, where you're working on a project and helping your community and learning from that, a variety of different subjects. It might be history, it might be math, it might be science, it might be social science. Whatever the case might be, I think you retain that knowledge and remember it if you participate, and especially if you participate as a group. Cooperative learning is a very good way to learn from each other. So I believe in that, and I hope everybody here does as well, because what we have to do in our state is have a strong education system. We're in tough times right now. I think we all know that economically our country, our state are having problems, and we have to meet those challenges and take them on, as we always have as Americans, and move forward to a brighter day. And part of doing that is having smart people. Jobs follow brain power. And I believe that the service learning concept of education is a great way to develop brain power in Illinois, particularly on some of the big challenges that we all face today. I think the challenge of our time is to have a green way of thinking and a green way of acting. We have to deal with issues of energy efficiency and renewable energy and water conservation. And a lot of times you can have service learning projects that work in that area. As you may have heard, I work a lot with our soldiers and veterans. Just yesterday was Veterans Day, in our country and in our state, but we really should make every day Veterans Day in Illinois and America. We need to honor and take good care of those who have borne the battle for us, and that is something that our office works on. And again, it's a service learning project that a school might get involved in. There's a wonderful group, Operation Support Our Troops, that's preparing care packages right now for soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan, and they have many volunteers from schools who are participating. On the whole area of food, unfortunately, our food pantries, we just in this metropolitan area of Chicago have over 600 food pantries, but many of them find that more and more families are visiting food pantries because they don't have the resources to buy enough food for their family. And we have a great organization, the Greater Chicago Food Depository, that is sort of the warehouse, the coordinator for all these hundreds of food pantries. And I've worked there as a volunteer on several occasions, and that's another area that can be explored as far as service learning. I can think over the last half dozen years, some of the projects that I've worked with service learning in our state and area. One of them had to do with protecting our water. We have the Great Lake Michigan that is the source of our drinking water, and there are many environmental projects that can engage service learning. And I also am very, very impressed by the fact that you're working with fellow students on basic issues of public safety, making sure you don't make bad choices with respect to drinking and driving, making sure that you have everybody in your school thinking of the common good. And I think there are a lot of good projects that exist for service learning in that arena as well. The sky's the limit. It's as big as your imagination. There's so many things we need to do to help each other. So that's what service is all about. I think it's the key ethic of our being here on Earth. In the working with soldiers that I have encountered, the thing that ties them all together, I found, is their belief in serving others, serving their country, serving their comrades, and I think that sort of ethic is one that all of us in America believe in. So this is a great opportunity, I think, today to come together. I hope we can in the coming year. We're going to have a bill that we introduced down in Springfield called Student Service Learning, and it would be a checkoff on the Illinois income tax where any taxpayer voluntarily could contribute to this great movement. And it is a movement. Service learning is something that's bubbling up from the grassroots. It's not coming from the top down, and we can all help advance that movement. We want to tell taxpayers that if you believe in this, make a donation when you pay your taxes of $1 or more, and we do this to help our soldiers, and literally thousands of dollars is raised for the Military Family Relief Trust Fund that we use to help the military families of our state. So I know that checkoff boxes are very worthy and worthwhile, and I think it can be very good to help get additional resources for service learning in Illinois. And I really hope that everyone here becomes sort of an apostle of this movement. If you've participated in it in your school, tell other students, tell your parents, tell teachers about it. We want to expand it in Illinois because I think it makes us smarter people, better citizens, and the kind of folks that are really the heart and soul of America. So I welcome everyone here today. I am going to be headed down to Springfield in a little bit. I hope to hear a little bit of the conference, but I want to thank everybody for coming. May the will of the people be the law of the land. Thank you very much.
Quinn was also joined by Dr. Shelley Billick, Vice President of RMC Research Corporation. Dr. Billick is nationally recognized for her research on the impact of service learning on student achievement and civic engagement. This one-day conference featured general sessions, breakout sessions, and student exhibits designed to celebrate the achievements of students, staff, and community partners in service learning projects across the state. Service learning is an instructional method in which students learn and develop through active participation in community service. By connecting public service to the academic curriculum, students grow into real-world problem solvers. Service Learning brings learning to life.